When looking back on life, have you ever wondered what truly matters? How many things have you once worried about or pursued, only to realize they no longer hold value? Reaching 70 offers a chance to free yourself from unnecessary burdens and live a fuller, more meaningful life. But letting go is not always easy. What has been holding you back all these years? Is it the expectations of others, societal norms, or the fear of change? Remember the younger days when recognition from others felt essential? A compliment, an approving glance could bring joy, but not receiving them could lead to anxiety. We lived by family expectations, workplace pressures, and societal standards, striving for perfection in others' eyes while forgetting that true happiness comes from being true to ourselves. After decades of experience, you realize that people don't think about you as much as you assumed. They are preoccupied with their own lives. So why let their judgments define your worth? The quest for approval from others, which once seemed so important, gradually fades in significance. At this point in life, the need to conform to others' standards diminishes. What matters is honoring your own desires, living authentically, and realizing that your worth is not determined by outside opinions. It is freeing to accept that the judgments of others no longer hold the power they once did. One of the greatest mistakes of youth is equating happiness with material possessions. We tirelessly accumulate, believing that having more means living better. But at some point, when our homes are filled with unused items, we recognize they do not bring true joy. Instead, they can become burdens, consuming our time and energy. Happiness does not lie in expensive objects but in meaningful moments spent with loved ones and the peace that comes with decluttering and letting go. Over the years, we collect more than just belongings. We gather expectations, obligations, and distractions that weigh us down. Letting go of material things, then, becomes a powerful act of self-liberation. It opens space for what truly matters: relationships, experiences, and inner peace. It is about embracing simplicity, recognizing that fulfillment lies in the intangible, the unspoken, and the emotional connections we nurture along the way. Have you ever attended gatherings out of obligation? Maintained relationships out of fear of disappointing others? At 70, you have the right to choose what truly brings you joy. There is no need to force yourself into dull social events or toxic relationships. Instead, invest time in those who genuinely care for you, people who make you feel comfortable and valued. As we age, our circles tend to shrink, but this is not a loss. It is a gift. It is an opportunity to focus on quality over quantity, to surround ourselves with those who enhance our lives, rather than drain our energy. Relationships should nourish us, not deplete us. And as we recognize our own worth, we become less willing to tolerate toxicity in our lives. It's a freedom to prioritize joy over obligation and peace over pretense. Have you ever stood before a mirror and mourned your younger self? Noticing wrinkles, gray hair, and comparing yourself to the flawless images on social media? But beauty is not about smooth skin or a youthful figure. Those lines are proof of a life well lived, and gray hair symbolizes wisdom. There is no need to chase unrealistic beauty standards. Instead, embrace the journey that has shaped you, for confidence and inner peace are what make you truly radiant. The passage of time leaves marks, some visible, some invisible, but all are signs of survival, growth, and experience. The lines on your face, the changes in your body, are all part of the story that makes you who you are. They are symbols of a life well lived, of moments and memories that no beauty treatment can replace. True beauty comes from within, from self-acceptance, kindness, and the courage to embrace the person you have become. As a younger person, you had hobbies and routines that felt like they would last forever. But people change, and so do their interests. Some activities that once brought excitement may no longer do so. There is no shame in letting go of outdated routines to explore new passions. What matters is that you find fulfillment in what you do now. Rather than clinging to the past, open yourself up to fresh experiences and newfound joys. Aging offers the freedom to explore without guilt or regret. The desire to try new things, to break from tradition, becomes a liberating force. Whether it's picking up a new craft, learning a new skill, or simply following a new rhythm in your daily life, there is always room for discovery. It's never too late to begin again, to shift focus, and to find joy in the unexpected. Life is too short to endure toxic relationships. Have you ever felt drained in someone's presence? Been criticized, belittled, or made to feel unworthy? No one has the right to bring you down, and you are not obligated to keep such people in your life. Prioritizing healthy relationships is an act of self-respect. When you surround yourself with those who uplift you, you create a space of peace and happiness for yourself. In our younger years, we may have tolerated negative people out of a sense of duty or fear of confrontation. But as we age, the energy we invest in others becomes more precious. We no longer have time for relationships that do not bring us peace or joy. Choosing to let go of toxic connections is an act of self-care and a declaration that your mental and emotional well-being matters. You deserve to be surrounded by those who make you feel loved, valued, and appreciated. Comparing yourself to others is a psychological trap that everyone falls into at some point. But eventually, you realize that each person has their own unique journey. Success is not measured by wealth or status but by contentment and fulfillment. When you stop comparing, you find tranquility and gratitude for your own path instead of chasing meaningless standards. The constant cycle of comparison that once seemed so natural becomes exhausting as you age. You realize that no one else's journey can define yours. True success lies in your ability to embrace your own path, with all its twists and turns. Each person's life is a unique tapestry, woven with their own struggles, triumphs, and dreams. It is when you stop looking sideways and start looking inward that you find peace and contentment. At one point, you set ambitious goals, believing they were the key to happiness. But life does not always go as planned. Some dreams you once had may no longer be relevant. There is no shame in shifting your focus. What matters is pursuing what brings you peace and joy now. Let your current aspirations reflect who you are today, rather than clinging to outdated ambitions. The pursuit of goals is a dynamic, evolving process. What once seemed like the ultimate achievement may not hold the same value now. Aging gives you the permission to reassess, to change course, and to focus on what truly brings fulfillment in the present moment. Letting go of old dreams is not giving up. It's a step toward embracing new ones that are more in alignment with the person you've become. You have spent a lifetime caring for others, but now remember that you deserve love and enjoyment too. Prioritizing your own happiness is not selfish. It is an act of self-appreciation. When you allow yourself to enjoy life without guilt, you also bring more joy to those around you. For so many years, we are conditioned to put others first, to sacrifice our needs for the sake of family, work, and society. But at 70, it is time to recognize that taking care of yourself is not only necessary, it is a gift to those you love. When you nurture your own well-being, you have more to offer to those around you. Happiness is contagious, and by allowing yourself to enjoy life, you inspire others to do the same. Throughout life, we are caught in the cycle of work, responsibilities, and endless to-do lists. But at this stage you can finally slow down. There is nothing left to prove. Happiness is not about constant busyness but about appreciating peaceful moments. A warm cup of tea, a leisurely morning, a heartfelt conversation. It is time to embrace a slower pace and savor life's simple pleasures. The pace of life changes, and with it comes the opportunity to finally rest. The hustle and bustle that once defined your days no longer need to dominate your life. It is time to enjoy the quiet moments, the stillness, and the beauty that comes with slowing down. In this peacefulness you find a new sense of freedom. A freedom from pressure, from expectations, and from the need to prove yourself. Letting go of what no longer serves you does not mean losing. Rather, it means gaining freedom, peace, and pure joy. This is a time of wholeness, of living life on your own terms. Step forward with lightness and confidence, for you deserve it. At 70, you are in a place of strength, clarity, and wisdom. You are no longer bound by the expectations of others or the weight of past regrets. Instead, you have the power to move forward, to embrace what brings you joy, and to let go of what doesn't. It's your time to live fully, authentically, and with a heart open to the possibilities of what lies ahead. So, what are you waiting for? Your journey is far from over, it's just beginning.